Hello everyone, welcome back to Apollo Art Analysis. Today we're going to be looking at a really clever and well-designed piece. This piece is coming straight from Ryan Hawthorne. He has previously been showcased a few times. He had a collection which essentially took the classical sculptures and then put them in kind of a low poly digitized render form. So it was a really cool 3D piece, and a bunch of different really nice pieces came from that as well. So this piece is, as far as I can tell, it is a one of a kind. It's not part of some special collection that he's going to be dropping. He is dropping a collection right now. It is the 404 collection. It's absolutely incredible. I actually have one of the pieces in here if I go through, if you don't mind, because I just remembered this. Yeah, this is cross chain. So he's essentially he's essentially taking this kind of shattered glass effect or glitch art and putting it in an incredible way. So be on the lookout for him. He is incredible. All right, so in our initial introduction, we're obviously caught with this immense amount of scale, and that, of course, is achieved by this portrait frame here. So you see just how stretched that is, and of course we have this kind of this border marking right there. We have a border marking up top as well, so that's also really important to note. And then we also have one here, and of course that kind of L frame catches at the bottom as well. So that gives us some support, and it of course whenever it's set like that, it frames the piece in that kind of direction, right? And of course, there are even additional lines, say for here, for example, which run down from the piece and right here. Those all work to frame the piece in front of us. You'll see that there's a slice pretty much at the middle point here. And whenever you're first caught with this piece, you're probably going to be met by the center, because the center is always the most emphasized. It catches your attention instantly. You're always met with the, and I think we look for the center because of harmony. You know, we're always drawn to harmony in some way or another. So what calls my attention a lot is this large kind of green disc here. And of course, that is contrasted against by the what appears to be a tree, but it is more so a low poly tree that's growing in different directions. I get kind of like a retro Japanese feel from this. And I'm really curious what you guys see in this piece, so please, drop a comment down below. I want to hear what you guys think. But this right here reminds me of the Japanese flag, for example, and that is j- just it reminds me of the sun. So take with that what you will, and we'll move on to here. So this is really striking into the piece. Of course, that light on dark contrast emphasizes itself incredibly, and those sharp tones give you just this really unique feeling that's hard to put into words, but we know that it does come from the strike and the jab of the silhouette of this center form here. So we'll see that we see two subjects here, and each one have these kind of little discs hovering next to them. Maybe like robotic companions or something like that. And of course, they're also standing on their own respective platforms here. And you'll see that that glow and that radiance does create the form of what appears to be a platform into the voided black darkness here. So that's also really important to note as well. And we see these kind of line just extending off, and that can be mirrored in a way by this as well, which gives a sense of balance. And this is really unique up here. It's kind of like early internet feel with those kind of cheesy graphics of things, breaking apart in the renderings and things like that. But I do like it. It gives this piece a retro feel, but also this strange modern feel with this kind of simulated world with these two opposite subjects on either side. And of course, they are split across this center axis here on either side. And I wonder why they're facing each other, or who they are. Are they about to face off in battle? Are they simply communicating in some interconnected simulated world like the digital metaverse? Or who are these people? And of course, you'll see really low poly, really low poly. But that contrast against the black, just it emphasizes this kind of tree-like form here. It also looks like kind of a a hand, in an interesting way. This would be what I would see as kind of the wrist, and they're, kind of splaying their fingers in some striking form. That's just what I see, but I more so lean towards the idea that this is some type of plant or tree, because it does feel like that foundation with the branches that come off of it. But these two figures here, they really intrigue me. It's hard to know what exactly is going on, but I lean towards kind of a metaverse feel here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this piece. I hope you guys learned a little bit, and look at some of his other works. Ryan Hawthorne is always coming out with some crazy stuff. He's always pushing the boundary, and y'all should pay very close attention to him. And personally, if I were to make a bet, I would say that this piece could be one of his masterpieces, especially when we're looking at the modern context of these 3D simulated worlds that we live in, and just the the contrast, the design, the framing, the balance, the it feels incredible, and I think this could be one of Hawthorne's masterpieces. So I hope you guys enjoyed this piece. I was really, really happy, really excited to showcase it, and I'll see you guys on the next Apollo Art Analysis. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you'd like to support our work directly, please check out our Apollo community tokens. Apollo Art Exchange is an ecosystem of art appreciation which elevates artists each and every day. Thanks for listening.